How's it going, everybody? It's me, Shane, and I'm here to give you another Digimon Ghost Game episode review and recap. Today's episode is episode 54, entitled Second Sight. So before I begin, please take a second, hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be notified of more videos such as this one. Why am I whispering? I don't know. I'm just trying to enjoy myself. What does the Super Mario Brothers shirt have to do with this? I don't know. Anyway, let's begin. So Hiro and Gamamon are out fishing. Looks like they're fishing at a pool. Don't know if they're fishing at a dock. They're actually catching real fish. There's another fisherman there. It's all Pokemon red and blue. I couldn't think of another Pokemon game that had fishermen in it, even though I'm pretty sure a lot of them do. Doesn't matter. This is Digimon. And Espimon is saying, man, Hokutos did say that the real Hiro is really good at fishing, but this guy's a fake. And I wrote dumbass because at this point, it's not really a funny joke anymore. It's just kind of annoying. A little bit. It's just me. I mean, I need you to move forward this plot because I'm saying this because if it turns out that the information he has for him is something that is so vital, that is so needed, that things have gotten bad because he is a dumbass. Although probably not, because, you know, Hokuto sent him some information before, so maybe everything's not bad. But if it's something vital that has to do with this whole black Digimon thing, y'all, I don't know. Espimon was cute at first. Now he's just kind of annoying me. Anyway, so after they're done, at one point, Espimon's like digging, like he's not digging, he's just like looking into the pool, and he looks up and he seems kind of out of it. Hiro's eyes start to turn green as his one friend, you know, the one that's crazy about girls, starts to, ooh, yeah, he doesn't look too good right there. As he is talking to Gamamon, and he's talking about, oh, learn how to fish, you know, be good with the ladies and blah, 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 blah. And this voice and these two eyes are going, it's dangerous, dangerous. It's dangerous. And he sees his friend falling down the steps, breaking that leg. And as soon as his friend says the same phrase he heard him say before he fell down in that vision, he grabs him and goes, no, you're going to break your leg. That's not true. And Hiro's just kind of, he has a pain in his head, just kind of shakes his head. And Gamon's like, everything all right, Hiro? And Hiro's like, yeah, no, everything is fine. And now we're starting this shit again. It's like, come on, man, your partner. This is Gammon. I'll give you this. All three of the partners are in tune with their, you know, I don't even want to call them tamers because they're not really tamers. They're not really taming with their buddies, right? With their gigapet buddies, right? Why are we 54 episodes in and you just can't be like, man, yeah, I just got a bad headache. I don't know what just happened. I just saw a vision and I got a bad headache. Can't be like, oh, that was nothing. Why? You're in a world with Digimon. The F. Stop it. Stop that shit. Anyway, Gamamon is excited about getting Psycho chocolate. Espimon just kind of flying around aimlessly, and then he just goes to the left. And Hiro's like, it's pretty weird. Or anything. And he said he also didn't eat anything this morning. So he goes with Gamamon. He's basically told Gamamon, you can get one chocolate. By the way, Gamamon calls fish sparkly. And I realized why he calls sparkly at the end of the episode, because that's how the water cascades off of those fish's body. Fishes? Fish. Whatever. So he can foresee Gamamon getting hit by a truck by going too far ahead of him. Nah, because he hears the same voice. Dangerous. This is dangerous. Gets a Gamamon, rolls to the side, truck passes them. He has him so tight. He said, Hiro, I can't breathe. And Gamamon is adorable. He's adorable. He gives this show life. All right. This is one of the few times where the actual main lizard, dinosaur, dragon person is adorable. And he's doing his job well. I argue it's between, it goes him, Vmon, then Agumon. When you're talking about main guys, like the lizard people, dinosaur people. Like Agumon's cool because he has that adorable voice, and at the same time he's like, I'm gonna help you, buddy. And Vmon's Vmon. Come on. So as he's walking, runs into invisible to human version in her jelly form, Jellymon. And they're kind of talking. He tells her what's going on, and she goes, "Oh, future sight, the Pokemon move." She's like, "You're seeing stuff ahead of time. It's kind of interesting." They're in Kirishiro's room now. She's like, "Where's Senpai? He won't be back until tomorrow, but I got you. We're gonna figure this out." She actively is being helpful. It feels like her bond with Hiro is pretty dang decent, right? Anywho, now she is where am I? She's invisible in her human, not in her human mode, in her jelly mode again, but earlier she was in, her battle mode. She's like, "That's amazing. You foresaw 24 different people today, and the 2 people that ignored you actually got hurt." And his head is continuously hurting. He's like, "Man, I have a knot on it." And he's just looking tired, like he's looking effed up. And she goes, "Okay, this is bad. We're going to find a way to resolve this." So she sets him up as a fortune teller. And now all the girls are there. When I mean all the girls, I mean all of Ruli's dumb friends. The ones that turn into witches and the ones that turn the witches into mice. Oh, should I say the witches turned into mice? They are all there. And she's telling them all step up. And he foresees one of them. Was like, "Do not go to skateboard. Do not go skateboarding today." She's like, "How did you know I had skateboard club today?" Is there really such a thing as skateboard club, guys? I feel like this show is just making some stuff up. Like, if you guys had a skateboard club in high school or middle school or whatever, grade school, whatever you call it, thumbs up to your school. That's actually pretty badass. But seeing her eat shit on a half pike is kind of funny. Anywho, he makes a promise to not do that. And another person steps up. It's the first girl that gets all evil from the Halloween special. They say, foresees her. Apparently, a piece of metal is going to hit her and she going to die. And he's like, "Yo, don't take the train. Get another way home." No. And all of the other ones start coming up to him. His head is splitting. And who really touches his head and like, "It feels like you got something there." We saw in the previews that he grows horns, right? So now they're in his room. Kirishiro's there. Jellymon's there. They're talking to Ruli and Angramon through the computer. And now he has horns. And the horns are getting bigger. The horns actually look familiar to me now that I accidentally saw what they were on Twitter. And apparently there are other people who have gotten horns too. And Gammon sees this great. It's the dude from from Sparkly. It's the other fisherman. And he's like, "Yeah, that's a fisherman." He's like, "Gammon and Espimon were there too, and we can't find Espimon." And suddenly they say, apparently, Ruly says there's something on people's heads as well. They say, and Kirishiro's like, "Something on their heads. I'm not gonna check it." And this one a few times. Ride or Die Jellymon's great. She opens it up. There's a Digimon in there. This Digimon is a barnacle Digimon named Funjitsumon. Funjitsumon, according to Angramon, are usually on Octmon. We're just going to go ahead and just do both of them back to back here. This is Octmon, otherwise known in the West as Octomon. Because, octopus. And we're going to go ahead and just read this. This needs to be read. By the way, champion level Digimon, mollusk virus attribute, deep saver. So, this is mollusk Digimon was discovered from the virus used by a fiendish hacker to crash a rival researcher's computer. Has a nasty habit of collecting things, and the tips of its tentacles are fixed with claws obtained from a Dividramon's data. I was actually wondering about that. And yeah, those claws are Divitramon claws. It is a collector, isn't it? And it's clad throughout with digi treasure that it gathered from the bottom of the net ocean, including that pot that's on its head. There's a reason for that pot, though. So, Funjitsumon, a kind of tiny shellfish type Digimon, cling to the pot that it wears on its head. These Funjitsumon develop their senses, and it is thought that they have formed a symbiotic relationship so that they can sense danger. They inform Octomon, especially when we're shooting a bullet packed with tightly potentially toxic ink, which is called Kaime Bokuju. This guy did show up in Digimon Adventure 02. It was partner of 3 chosen children. I think they were from China. Did show up in Tamers, showed up in Cross Wars, showed up in Cross Wars and Hunters that lived through time, and of course it shows up here. This is a more or less legacy Digimon. So you guys want to know what Fujitsumon look like? Those are the Fujitsumon. I'm gonna be straight up with you. I've seen this picture before. I've seen this picture for years. I own this Digimon card from the original card game that came out over here. I've never noticed these crappy barnacles had eyes. And it's funny because the little cute one that's in Hiro's head, when Jellymon asks, well, what are you doing in here? It kind of, his eyes open, it kind of does a flat, slanted eye kind of thing. Like, I ain't talking to you. All right. Should I know anything about Fujitsumon? It literally doesn't have a type. It's just there. It's just there. It's a tiny shellfish that clings to the pod that Octomon wears, and they develop their senses, and it's thought to have formed a symbiotic relationship. They have telekinesis powers. So, where am I at here? So, it's nighttime. They're at the park. Clockmon has told us everything that I literally have just told you right now. And he's like, yeah, it's on Hiro's head, and his head feels like it's splitting. Kyo already said all that part. And, you know, they're wondering, Kiyoshira's wondering, why is this happening to him? Like, now we kind of understand their powers. Like, you know, why did they choose him? I'm trying to understand, right? Jellymon says they will try to take over the world. That's what she thinks. She thinks they're going to use humans. They're going to use humans to control them and take over the world. And Clockmon's like, I don't think that's right. They need to find Octomon. You know, they used to be by a pool, and Octomon are collectors, and they're hooked on this game where you collect treasures. And Jellymon's like, oh, that's Cosmic Warriors 2, Darling's playing it. And he is. He has one of the top prizes. And they're like, yeah, use that top prize to get them. He's like, I don't want to give this up. And cute little Gamamon's like, Kyo, like looking at Hiro in so much pain, and Gamamon's just sad. He's like, all right, I'm gonna do it for my little buddy here. I'm gonna do it for the little buddy. So sends out a message, and he's smart because he goes, I'm only going to do the trade in person. Also, I want to know where you come from before I agree to this trade. And they're like, why are you saying that? Because if it's a Digimon, the Digimon will literally say I'm from the digital world, because that is how Digimon roll. They are sometimes just super, super plain and straight to the point. And he got a reply from someone called I want to get this right. I think it was Ock X. Love it so much. Love that name. And he says he's gonna come and get it, and he's like, all right, well, I'm planning for the meetup. He's like, oh no, he's gonna come and get it now. Tentacles burst through his phone, and a whole Octomon just comes out and lands on top of Kiyoshiro. And he's like, I'm here for the treasure. And then another tentacle comes out, and a second one comes, and it's 2 Octomon. No one foresaw that this would happen. And they're sitting on top of him, and they're clashing faces and all that. And I forgot where I lost off. That's right. They're starting to flail about, and those Davidramon claws break something. And so Kiyoshiro takes them to the digital upside down, which Hiro's now there. And we get Jellymon turn Tesla Jellymon to shock them and to stop being stupid. And it's like, yo, which one of you are putting Fujitsumon on humans? And one of them's like, the first one that came through has his Fujitsumon. I was like, hey, it's not me, it's that guy. And she's like, I want some answers or the pain's gonna come on. And he's like, it's embarrassing for me to say this, but all my Fujitsumon left me. Apparently the 2 of them were having a battle. One was an alien, a gray alien with a sword. The other one was a little octopus thing. We've seen these stereotypical looking octopus things in other anime. And he gets beat. He blames them. He's like, tells the Fujitsumon, why didn't you tell me that, he's going to use that big attack? And they're like, we informed you of danger. There's no danger in games. I don't need you anyway. Oh, is that right? Literally, is that right? Okay. They all leave. So Hiro comes out, and he's like, okay, so take them back. And he's like, oh no, they're on a human head. The 2 Akmon start to freak out. They're like, your head's gonna explode. if they communicate telepathically. You don't even have a pot on your head. You are going to have the worst headache because your head's going to blow up, which explains now why they have pots on their head. I like that little bit of lore, a little sprinkle of lore, right? And where am I here? And I'm saying to myself, okay, but why the horns, right? His head's gonna explode. Why the horns? And later on, the Fujitsumon's like, yeah, every time I use my powers and you're here, you're gonna slowly turn into an Akmon. How does that correlate to the explosion? Like, did Akmon have them and then put them on the pots, and then the pots help them transfer it so they don't die? I don't get it. I don't get it. It would have been cooler if it was just like, oh, his head's gonna explode, but it's like, oh, he's gonna turn into one and then his head's gonna explode? Like, I don't... Anyway, they're like, okay, why can't you just come off? And they further explain that they all listen to a central leader from Jitsumon. So in order to find it, they use the one that's on Hiro, and it tells him, I'm still telepathically linked to the leader, and I can tell you, he used to be at the pool, but I parted ways with him. So hold on a second. He shows him, he gets the second sight, sees where it is, they go to it. Because they saw tennis court, Tokyo Tower, and they go there, but it's gone. And when they figure out once they saw an arm, they're connected to Espimon. That's why they're able to keep running away so fast. And they're anticipating their moves. So now they have to anticipate its moves. Now, Fujitsumon says, I told you before, said, I can keep helping you, but, it's going to keep hurting you. And he does it. He goes through with it. And because he doesn't want the Fujitsumon to then attach to somebody else and cause more hurt and harm and pain. So, and he's turned to an Akmon because one of his arms loses bones and it just becomes a wiggly arm tentacle thing. So they get to a bridge because they saw water, bridge, blah, blah, blah. Espimon's there. They're doing slight battle with it. Simba Angramon, Tesla, Jellymon, and regular Gammamon. They're doing battle with it. Whatever's taking it's over, because it just looked like himself, is sending the smart bombs out tactically, hitting them from the back, just able to kick their butts. And suddenly, before it can run away, Gammon latches onto it. It's like, you're my friend. We are friends. Stop this. I want to save Hiro. And they're having this tussle. And as they're having the tussle, Gammon looks into his face and like, you are my friend. And he's like, wait, we're friends? Like, his eyes are fighting whatever these things have taken over him, right? And where am I here? And he's kind of fighting it. Hiro has him do a braid claw to match the little bombs. And that's helping him because he's saying, help me save Hiro. Help me save Hiro. We can go and catch more fish. And Jellymon ends up shocking the crap out of Espimon after they get him to calm down. And he opens his mouth. All the barnacles are inside of his mouth. Jellymon went ew. I went ew. Who thought of this nasty thing? So after they shock them out, the Octomon, they show up. The guy gets his little barnacles back on his pot head. He goes, the leader goes, I thought you didn't need us anymore. He's like, no, I'm so sorry. I've had so much bad luck and I've been getting hurt. I need you guys. All right, as long as you learned your lesson. And then the final one comes off of Heroes. He pulls him on off and then he goes on home. And that's that. But Hiro may have lost his horns, but his arm is still wiggly jiggly, which Clockmon tells him we should go see Mummymon. And then Espimon says something about, he feels like kind of sick or his head kind of hurts just from the whole situation. And Angramon goes, by having the last word, one might lose friends. Espimon doesn't get it. I don't get it. What are you trying to... I don't get the last word thing. I give up on that one. During the digital profile part, they talk about this yokai called I wrote this down, called the Kudon. It does the same thing as Funjitsumon. Just symbiotic relationship, warns people, stuff like that. Next time, it's going to be Bastemon. I know Bastemon, the twin cat belly dancer Digimon, is going to be controlling cats. We're going to get evil cats, ladies and gentlemen. What do I give this episode? It's crazy. Because it feels like a 3.5, if I'm going to be honest. Like, Espimon still isn't dumb. Oh, by the way, at the end of the episode, they go fishing again, which is nice. You know, they got to catch the sparkly fish again, and that's nice, but why? There's really nothing that happened. I'm totally getting tired of Espimon's whole, hey, it's not him. Like, was this supposed to be a stepping stone for him to go, oh, we're friends, I should actually trust them to say that he is who he say he is, right? No clue. I just know I'm getting tired of Espimon being really dumb. Like, very dumb. So 3.5 out of 5. All right. It's pretty much bordering on average because we had a fight, but it wasn't all that spectacular and didn't really do too much. 3.5 is the highest I'm willing to go. I'll give him credit for being able to solve for the issue. I'll give them credit for the issue being a miscommunication within a relationship. Fine. But yeah, the rest of it is just kind of meh. But please let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Please do not forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be notified of more videos such as this one. Thank you for taking some time out to listen to me talk about Digimon Ghost Game. Please be good, be blessed, wash those hands. Be good to yourself, be good to others. Be safe out there, please. Either way it goes, though, don't be a jerk, all right? And above all things, remember that there's someone who would rather talk to you today than miss you tomorrow and mourn you tomorrow. You're not alone. There's someone that cares about you. And if you ever need someone to talk to, hit me up on my social medias right down there in the comments section, all right? All right. So, with that, I thank you once more, and I will definitely see you guys next time.